there's a topic that I've been wanting to discuss, really, um, and I would really like some feedback too. If you have either some questions, which or you got your own theories or whatever, but it's about self-image and my impression of that. Um, in my old age, I would say, not that old, but you know, I've become a little more flamboyant in some of the things that I dare to wear. Um, when I first um, came out as a lesbian, well, even probably before, I was, you know, pretty butchy looking, especially after I came out. It made me, at the time, I felt very strong, and it was my, hey, I'm here kind of thing, you know. It was how I was identifying at the time, you know. There's nothing wrong with how people identify. What makes them feel good is what makes them feel good. But it took me a long time to realize that what other makes other people feel good about who I am isn't what I'm after. And I think that most of us are accustomed to comparison at all times. We're looking at this person and thinking, well, that person looks this way. They're tall, they're short, they're beautiful, they're not beautiful, by standards that have been seen through tainted beliefs about what beauty really is. Um, there's a story that I kind of want to tell, and this happened, and it's not the only story like this, but this one kind of sticks out. I Back a few summers ago, I weighed less than I do now, which for me that's pretty good. I weigh about 200 pounds right now, and I weighed about 400 pounds for a really long time, and I've been down to about 140 pounds, which was a little small. Well, as you can imagine, when you lose that amount of weight, you got some extra skin. I've been really fortunate that it wasn't terrible. It doesn't cause me any health problems or anything like that, but, I got some loose skin, some wrinkles, and, um, it's been great. I can make it funny. I've made some pretty funny jokes about it, and it doesn't really bother me that much anymore. Well, I was working on my car a few summers ago. It was like 100 degrees, okay? It was so hot. Most of the time I keep my arms covered up because I got some loose skin hanging here, and, just vanity, I don't know, mostly because I'm used to covering them up because, I'm worried about offending someone, maybe. I don't know. Well, I ended up just working on my car and getting a ride with a friend, and we happened to be talking about my surgery and weight loss and stuff, and I kind of knew it was coming because I could see the look, at my arms, and I believe she said something like, well, if they weren't they supposed to do work on you after you lost weight? And I was like, yeah. Well, wasn't that included? And I'm like, yeah, it was included. I went down to see about getting I just talked to them about, getting the surgery. They wanted me to go to a plastic surgery. They wanted to do this thing where they took like half my guts out and then, not my guts, but half my skin all the way around and pulled my skin up like a pair of pants and, do all this kind of, that sounds like it's gonna hurt to me. And I've been hurt enough that it wasn't worth it, so yeah. She said, well, if I was gonna get anything done at all, I'd get my arms done. And I was like, really, you would? Why? I mean, she said, well, doesn't that bother you? I mean, like, I'm like, well, not really, since, these same arms have been attached to me for 50 years now. I'm kind of used to them. They've been big, they've been little. They're the same arms that held my kids, my grandkids, Yeah, they got a little extra skin on them, but it's my skin. It's my body, It's a reflection of what has happened and what my thoughts and the thoughts the mass consciousness has created. That's what I'm living in. That's what we're all living in, You can't hate it. You can't doom it, Sitting here smoking a cigarette, you can't doom it. But you know what? I don't think this cigarette's gonna kill me, alright? I really don't. And when I quit thinking that shit was gonna kill me, guess what? I quit being sick. Quit worrying about that kind of stuff. The more I think about being sick, the more often I get sick. The more I believe that every doctor that tells me there's something wrong with me, guess what? It happens. And that's the same thing about what we think about ourselves. People can look at you and you don't appeal to them. By what standard? Is it their standard, or is it a standard that's set by the mass consciousness, the biggest, lie in the world? We're living in a fifth dimension, okay? All of us are vibrating at a higher consciousness. Just because we want to ignore the fact that we got control of this doesn't mean we still don't have control of it, I'm not gonna I'm not trying to say that I've got, this perfect body image, because obviously I don't, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna waste my time trying to make myself appealing or acceptable to you, because I don't know how you see me. But I do know one thing: how I see me has a lot to do with how you see me. It's all about how you see yourself. If you live as the person that you aspire to be as much as you can, people see you as what you're aspiring to be. You know, I've got all kinds of really cool antique-y, I found some pretty cool, expensive looking, and like even in some of my skits, the stuff I said, yeah, that's Gucci, it's Gucci. Yeah, that's Valentino, yeah, it's Valentino. By the way, anybody that's interested in some of that stuff, I mean, I could care less about that. Someone else might want to buy something like that, but, I was just happy to come across it. But, put on whatever face you want people to see, is what I'm saying. If you're going to go buy a car, don't go in there like the broke ass you are, or that you think you are. Go in there and look like you got that money falling out of your pockets right now. When you go for a job, don't go in there and say, well, I've done this before, but I don't know how to do this and that. Say, I'm will be your best employee. I'm willing to learn whatever it is that will help me be the best I can be. You can sell yourself, but don't sell yourself short. Look at the things about you that you like. Accessorize it. Do something that makes you feel beautiful. Everybody can be their own kind of beautiful. And we all have our own kind of beautiful. As far as body image, the other thing I want to say is there's a lot more people out there that are more, positive body image. But there's got to be more than that. I mean, although we are consciousness is really the life force that's running this. We can only express that through these physical forms, through our bodies. We can't dog on them all day. We can't hate them. It's like a child. If you're just going to do nothing but cut it down all day, eventually it's just going to be nothing. That's what they're going to feel like. Nothing. And then we're going to have more and more people out there looking and seeking and looking in the wrong places and going where they can never come back. Things are set up so that we hate ourselves right into the grave. So that we are so separated from life and consciousness and love over and over again that we feel that we can only go so far. And then you know, everything around us, we finally give in. And some of us are meant to give in, okay? Some of us, we're gonna, you know, pass away. Through the perspective of those that are still here. Once we do it, we're gonna be like, really? This is what all this was about? Because it's really not a big deal. But we need to enjoy our bodies. We need to love our bodies. And we need to teach our children, and especially our daughters right now, that beautiful is healthy. Healthy is beautiful. And I'm not talking, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about heavy people, because I've been heavy, but that's heavy the way I was heavy is not healthy. And it was killing my body. And I was heavy because I didn't love my body. Because I was hungry for something. I didn't know what it was. And it wasn't food, because it made me really sick. And we have to teach healthy. We have to teach that this is our vehicle that we're riding around in for, you know, 80, 70, 80, 90 years, maybe more. And it's the only one we got. So we got to take care of it. If you don't care about something, you don't take care of it. If you feel that it's hopeless and you're not gonna ever get better, you quit taking care of it. You quit loving it. Don't stop learning how to care about your body. Oh, don't get me wrong, it pisses you off sometimes. I'm telling you, the first thing that comes out of my mouth when I slip and fall is, "God damn you, stupid ass," to myself. I don't want to say that. I should never say that. None of us should, because that is solidifying our doom that we don't have to have. You know, we get upset because, you know, we look at all these kids and, oh, look at them, they're getting treated like a little princess. Oh, everybody is so, you know, everybody tells her what a beautiful little thing she is and stuff. Damn right, do that. Do that with your kids as much as you possibly can. Man, pump them up as much as you can, as long as there's public school and they got to go there and deal with all that energy of all them parents that don't pump their kids up. Your kids better go to kindergarten thinking they're the shit. They better go thinking they're smarter than every single person there, maybe even their teacher. Don't get me wrong, they get you in trouble. Your kids, man, I got called every damn day for a couple of mine from the school. But my kids knew how to stand up for themselves in ways that some people are told is wrong. And You know, there are some things that we need to compromise. And then there are some things that we need to stand up for. We have to make choices all the time. We have to make the choice of you know, whether we're going to give something up or whether we're going to take something from this world. Because compromise is inevitable for balance. One has to give in to the other. Just put your efforts into something that's going to benefit you. Put your efforts into you, your children. See your value. Take care of your body. Love it. Put crazy shit on it if you want to. Decorate it. Decorate your life. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Look at your wrinkles and say, wow, man. What a ride it's been. I didn't come this far to not have a happy ending. So, nobody should.